Did you know some ordinary pennies from 1991, 2006, and even 2016 could be worth way more than face value? Rare mint errors and special conditions can turn these coins into hidden treasures in your pocket change. Don't miss out, check your pennies today. And if you love learning about valuable coins, hit that like button and subscribe for more coin tips. The Lincoln cent has been part of American life since 1909, when it was first introduced to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Over the decades, it has become one of the most widely collected coins in the United States, with millions of people holding on to pennies either for sentimental reasons or in the hopes of finding something rare and valuable. By the time 1991 came around, the Lincoln cent had already been in circulation for over 80 years, and to most people, the penny was just a small copper-colored coin used in everyday transactions. But hidden within the billions of pennies minted that year were a few rare and unusual examples that today have become worth an astonishing fortune. These error coins, struck in 1991 under unexpected circumstances, can reach jaw-dropping values of between $44,000 and $110,000, transforming the simplest coin in your pocket into an extraordinary treasure. In 1991, pennies were being struck primarily at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with proof versions produced in San Francisco. By this time, the composition of the penny had already shifted from its earlier 95% copper makeup to the copper-plated zinc planchets introduced in 1982. To the average person, the design looked exactly the same as it had for decades. The familiar bust of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner, with the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a design that had been in place since 1959. But the truth is that coin minting, even with modern machinery, is not always perfect. Errors occur, and when they do, they create coins that are radically different from the norm. In the world of numismatics, those errors transform something ordinary into something priceless. Collectors know to look for a variety of minting mistakes when it comes to Lincoln cents, and 1991 is no exception. One of the most dramatic errors is the double die. This happens when the design elements of the coin are imprinted more than once at slightly different angles, causing features like the date, the words "Liberty" or "In God We Trust," or even details on the Lincoln Memorial to appear doubled. This type of error is highly sought after because it is so visible to the naked eye and cannot be mistaken for ordinary wear. A bold double die from 1991, especially in high-grade condition, could fetch tens of thousands of dollars at auction. Another desirable error is an off-center strike, where the blank planchet was not properly aligned during the striking process. Depending on how far off the strike is, part of Lincoln's bust might be missing, leaving an unusual and striking image. If the date is still visible, collectors pay a serious premium for these off-center errors. Other errors that make 1991 pennies extremely valuable include wrong planchet strikes. These occur when a penny is mistakenly struck on a planchet meant for another denomination, such as a dime or even a foreign coin. Because of the differences in size and weight, these coins instantly stand out to experienced eyes. It's not just unusual, it's a once-in-a-lifetime discovery for collectors. A wrong planchet penny from 1991 could easily fall into the upper value range of $110,000 depending on its condition. The market for these coins is as fascinating as the coins themselves. Auctions often feature these rarities, and collectors are willing to pay staggering sums to add them to their collections. When you hear that a penny from 1991 has sold for $44,000 or even close to $110,000, it forces you to reconsider just how valuable the coins we handle every day might actually be. This massive jump in value from 1 cent to tens of thousands of dollars demonstrates the incredible importance of rarity and error in the world of numismatics. It is worth noting that condition plays a vital role in determining just how valuable a 1991 penny error can be. Coins that have been well preserved, showing no signs of wear and grading at the highest levels, will always attract the most attention from collectors and investors. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC provide authentication and assign grades on the Sheldon scale, which ranges from 1 to 70. A rare error coin from 1991 that grades at the top end can easily spark a bidding war, pushing its value toward the higher end of that $44,000 to $110,000 range. For collectors, the thrill of searching for these errors is part of the magic. Thousands of people each year carefully examine their change or go through rolls of pennies from banks, looking for something unusual. Many incredible finds have been made this way, The joy of spotting a coin where the design looks odd, the lettering seems doubled, or the alignment is clearly off-center is unmatched. And the possibility that such a coin could be worth as much as a luxury car or even a house only adds to the excitement. Historically, the 1991 penny represents a continuation of a long tradition of Lincoln cents that have fascinated collectors for decades. From the earliest wheat pennies to the memorial reverse and later shield designs, Lincoln cents remain one of the most collected coins in America. The 1991 errors fit into this narrative perfectly, offering both seasoned collectors and curious newcomers a chance to own a piece of history that stands out from the billions of ordinary examples. Stories from past auctions reveal just how extraordinary the demand for these coins can be. A bold double die in mint state condition, for example, has been known to generate intense competition among bidders, with the final sale price reaching into the tens of thousands. Similarly, dramatic off-center strikes and wrong planchet errors from 1991 have crossed the auction block at figures that astonish anyone unfamiliar with the world of coin collecting. This is where the reality of that $44,000 to $110,000 range becomes clear. It's not speculation, it's a proven market trend, supported by the enthusiasm of collectors who are determined to own these rare pieces. The lesson here is clear. Never dismiss even the most ordinary-looking coin. The 1991 penny, which most people would assume is worth just a cent, could in fact be one of the most valuable coins hiding in plain sight. Every pocket of change, every jar of old coins, and every bank roll presents the possibility of uncovering a life-changing discovery. The key is to know what to look for and to take the time to examine coins carefully. The beauty of coin collecting is that it bridges history, art, and value in one small object. With the 1991 penny, this beauty is heightened by the chance of encountering an error that elevates the coin to legendary status. Each mistake tells a story about the minting process and the quirks of production, but it also becomes part of the personal story of the person who discovers it. Holding a coin worth up to $110,000 in your hand after finding it in ordinary change is the kind of experience that inspires lifelong passion for numismatics. The 1991 Lincoln cent stands as proof that even in the modern era of mass production, true rarity can emerge. It challenges us to look closer, to pay attention, and to never underestimate the smallest details. The value range of $44,000 to $110,000 isn't just a number. It's a reminder that treasures are still out there, waiting to be found by those willing to search. The penny that everyone ignores might just be the coin that changes everything. The year 2006 might not seem like a turning point in American coinage at first glance, but for collectors of U.S. coins, especially Lincoln cents, it holds its own hidden treasures. The 1-cent penny from 2006 is one of those modern coins that most people pass around every day without thinking twice about. Tossed into jars, slipped into cash registers, and scattered across pockets and purses, the penny is usually overlooked as the most common coin in circulation. Yet the truth is, some of those pennies minted in 2006 are far from ordinary. A small group of them contain rare errors, mistakes made during the minting process, that transform this tiny copper-plated zinc coin into something truly extraordinary. While most are worth just a cent, certain error pennies from 2006 have sold for staggering sums, with values ranging anywhere from $34,000 to $95,000 depending on rarity and condition. That kind of price tag for a coin so small is enough to grab anyone's attention. To understand why the 2006 penny has gained such intrigue among collectors, you need to know a bit about its background. The Lincoln cent is the longest-running coin in U.S. history, first minted in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln. Its original design by Victor David Brenner featured the iconic bust of Lincoln on the obverse and 2 wheat stalks on the reverse. Over the decades, the reverse design changed, first to the Lincoln Memorial in 1959 and later to the Union Shield in 2010. The 2006 penny belongs to that middle period when the Lincoln Memorial was on the reverse. It might look plain to the average person, but for those who study coins, it represents part of a fascinating era in U.S. numismatics, an era when billions of coins were produced each year, yet a few escaped the mint with errors that today are worth fortunes. What makes the 2006 penny so special isn't its basic design or its massive mintage numbers. What makes it stand out are the rare varieties and error coins that slipped through unnoticed. These errors are what collectors hunt for, And they're the reason a penny dated 2006 can be worth tens of thousands of dollars. One of the most valuable types of errors is the double die variety. A double die happens when the design on the die, the tool that stamps the coins, is misaligned during production. This creates doubling on parts of the design or inscriptions. On a 2006 penny, this doubling might appear on the words, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," or the date itself. Sometimes it can even be seen in the details of the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. For collectors, this kind of error is like striking gold. Dramatic doubling combined with sharp condition can push the value of a coin toward the higher end of that $34,000 to $95,000 range. Off-center strikes are another highly collectible error found on 2006 pennies. When the coin blank isn't properly aligned during striking, part of the design ends up missing, leaving a portion of the coin blank. The more off-center the strike, the rarer and more valuable the coin becomes. What collectors especially love is when the off-center strike is dramatic but still leaves the date fully visible. That combination of rarity and identifiable date makes such coins extremely desirable, with auction prices soaring to jaw-dropping levels. Then there are clipped planchets, another category of minting mistakes. These occur when the round blanks cut from sheets of metal overlap during cutting, producing coins with crescent-shaped clips missing from their edges. A cleanly clipped 2006 penny, particularly one in mint state condition, can fetch impressive sums from eager collectors. Broad strikes also add to the allure of the 2006 penny. These occur when the collar that normally contains the coin during striking fails, allowing the coin to spread out wider than usual. The result is a distorted but fascinating piece of minting history that stands out in any collection. Dramatic broad strikes can bring in strong prices, especially when paired with the pristine shine of uncirculated condition. But perhaps the most fascinating and valuable errors are the rare off-metal strikes. These occur when a penny is accidentally struck on a planchet intended for another denomination, such as a dime or a foreign coin. The chances of such an error happening are incredibly slim, and that rarity makes them highly prized. A confirmed off-metal strike from 2006 would undoubtedly command prices near the top end of the $95,000 mark, if not more, depending on condition. Condition is the key factor in determining the final value of a 2006 penny with an error. A coin found in circulation showing wear and tear might still be worth a good amount if the error is dramatic. But the real money is in coins that were pulled from mint rolls early and kept in pristine condition. Mint state examples, graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, hold the highest premiums and are most likely to break records at auction. Auction houses and coin dealers have seen increasing demand for modern era coins, and the 2006 penny is part of that growing trend. Collectors today are no longer focused only on older pre-1900 coins. Instead, they recognize that modern coins, especially with dramatic errors, can be just as rare and valuable. Recent years have shown remarkable results at auctions, with error pennies from the 2000s selling for sums no one would have expected a few decades ago. This has sparked a renewed interest in checking pocket change, coin rolls, and collections that might otherwise be ignored. What makes the 2006 penny so exciting is its accessibility. Unlike coins from the early 1900s or even the mid-20th century, the 2006 cent is still relatively modern. Millions of them are still floating around in everyday circulation. That means the possibility of stumbling across one of these rare errors in pocket change is very real. It's the kind of coin that gives everyday people the chance to discover a hidden treasure without needing to buy into high-end coin collections. For those who actively collect, the 2006 penny represents an opportunity to own a piece of modern numismatic history. It tells a story not only of Abraham Lincoln and his enduring place on America's coinage, but also of the U.S. mint's processes and the rare moments when perfection slipped just enough to create something extraordinary. Collectors often speak about the thrill of the hunt, and the 2006 penny embodies that perfectly. Each coin holds the possibility of being ordinary or of being extraordinary, with a value stretching into tens of thousands of dollars. The spread in value, from $34,000 to $95,000, reflects both the diversity of errors and the excitement of discovery. The penny may be the smallest coin in circulation, but coins like the 2006 error penny remind us that even the smallest things can hold immense worth. They symbolize the potential hidden in plain sight, waiting for someone with a sharp eye and a bit of curiosity to uncover, so the next time you get a handful of change, Don't overlook that penny dated 2006. Take a closer look. Check for doubling, off-center strikes, clips, or anything unusual. That coin you might be tempted to leave behind on a counter could be the very one collectors are willing to pay upwards of $95,000 for. The year 2016 marked another chapter in the long history of the United States 1-cent penny, a coin that continues to fascinate collectors, historians, and treasure hunters alike. At first glance, the 2016 Lincoln cent seems like nothing more than the smallest denomination of American currency. A coin so common that most people hardly give it a second thought. Tossed into jars, spent without hesitation, or left behind on counters, the penny is often overlooked. But for those who know where to look, the 2016 1-cent penny carries secrets, mysteries, and surprises that can turn what seems ordinary into something extraordinary. Because hidden among the millions minted are rare error varieties that transform a single cent into a numismatic treasure worth staggering sums, ranging anywhere from $28,000 to $84,000. That kind of leap in value is what keeps collectors searching and makes the story of this modern coin so compelling. To understand why the 2016 penny has captured attention, it helps to look at the history behind it. The Lincoln cent has been in continuous production since 1909, originally created to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Its designer, Victor David Brenner, crafted the iconic profile of Lincoln that has remained on the obverse of the coin for well over a century. Over time, changes have been made, especially to the reverse. The familiar wheat ears that once graced the back were replaced by the Lincoln Memorial in 1959, and then in 2010, the reverse shifted again to the Union Shield design, representing unity and the preservation of the United States as a whole. The 2016 penny carries that shield, making it part of the modern generation of Lincoln cents. While the design itself is consistent, what makes the 2016 penny particularly intriguing is the presence of errors, unintentional mistakes made during the minting process. These errors, while rare, transform an everyday coin into something collectors are eager to acquire. And because the U.S. Mint struck billions of pennies in 2016, it's the rare mistakes hidden within that ocean of production that become treasures. One of the most common yet valuable error types is the doubled die. This occurs when the die used to strike the coins has misaligned impressions from the hub, causing inscriptions or details of the design to appear doubled. On a 2016 penny, doubling might be seen in words like liberty, in God we trust, or even in the fine lines of the Union Shield on the reverse. To a casual spender, this might look like nothing more than a slight blur, but for a collector, it is a signal of rarity and potential high value. Dramatic double die errors on a 2016 penny in pristine condition could reach the higher end of that $28,000 to $84,000 range. Another captivating error category for the 2016 penny involves off-center strikes. This happens when the blank planchet is not seated correctly during striking, leaving part of the design missing and part of the blank metal surface exposed. The more dramatic the off-center strike, the more valuable the coin becomes, especially if the date is still visible. That visibility is crucial because it ties the coin directly to the 2016 mintage, proving its rarity. Collectors often pay handsomely for these dramatic errors, and a near-perfect off-center strike could place the coin among the most desirable error pennies of modern times. Clipped planchets also add to the intrigue of the 2016 penny. These occur when the blank metal discs are cut incorrectly, leaving a crescent-shaped portion missing from the coin. Though not as flashy as an off-center strike, a large and clean clip error can be worth a small fortune, particularly when combined with high condition. Broad strikes are another form of error that captivates collectors. When the restraining collar fails during striking, the coin spreads out wider than normal, often with a distorted design. Broad strikes on modern pennies, including the 2016 issue, are especially sought after when dramatic and well-preserved. Then there are the most elusive errors, off-metal strikes. In rare cases, a 2016 penny may have been struck on a blank intended for another denomination, such as a dime or even a foreign coin. These hybrid coins are instantly collectible because they defy the normal expectations of minting. Their rarity is such that any verified off-metal strike from 2016 could easily push into the upper levels of that $84,000 valuation, making them the crown jewels of modern penny errors. Beyond the errors themselves, Condition is everything in determining the ultimate value of a 2016 penny. Coins that have been circulated and show signs of wear are still interesting, but they rarely reach the highest prices. It's the coins discovered in mint state, often straight from rolls or bags, that command record sums. Professional grading by PCGS or NGC adds legitimacy, ensuring collectors know they are buying an authentic error of genuine rarity. Auction houses have highlighted the market strength of modern error coins in recent years, and the 2016 penny is no exception. Stories of dramatic errors fetching tens of thousands of dollars inspire new waves of collectors to check their change and search for overlooked treasures. The spread in values, $28,000 to $84,000, shows not only the financial potential but also the thrill of the unknown, as each new discovery could set a record. What makes the 2016 penny especially fascinating is its accessibility. Unlike older coins that might only be found in collections or passed down through generations, the 2016 cent is still relatively new. Many are still in circulation today, sitting unnoticed in jars, drawers, or change from everyday transactions. That accessibility makes the hunt feel attainable, even for casual collectors. Anyone might stumble upon a rare error in their pocket change, and that possibility fuels excitement in the numismatic community. Collectors also appreciate the 2016 penny as a symbol of continuity in U.S. coinage. Despite being one of the lowest denominations, it connects everyday people to over a century of tradition in the Lincoln Cent series. Adding in the potential for extraordinary value due to minting errors only deepens that connection, turning a small copper-plated zinc coin into a powerful reminder of how history, craftsmanship, and chance can intersect. The fascination with error coins like the 2016 penny also lies in what they represent about the minting process itself. With today's advanced technology, errors are rarer than ever, which only makes the ones that do slip through more exciting to collectors. Each one is a tangible reminder that no process is flawless, and in those flaws lie treasures. The market for error coins continues to grow, fueled by collectors who share discoveries online and at shows. Videos, articles, and social media posts spread stories of rare finds, often sparking new waves of treasure hunting. The 2016 penny, with its potential errors worth from $28,000 to $84,000, is a perfect example of how modern coins can still surprise and inspire. For those who want to search, the advice is simple: always check your coins carefully. Look at the details of the design, the clarity of the inscriptions, and the shape of the coin itself. Even small irregularities might point to something rare. And if you find something unusual, having it professionally graded could unlock its true value. The story of the 2016 1-cent penny is more than just about money. It's about possibility. It's about how even the smallest, most overlooked coin can hold the potential for something extraordinary. For collectors, it's a reminder of why they search. For the casual observer, it's a reason to pay closer attention to the coins in their hand. And for anyone who discovers one of these rare errors, it could be life-changing. The next time you see a penny dated 2016, take a moment to look closely, because hidden among the billions are those few rare coins, the ones that transform a single cent into a treasure worth up to $84,000. They are out there, waiting to be found, proving once again that even in the most ordinary places, extraordinary treasures exist.